Thank you for joining us here on PM Ghana. My name is Reginald Adi, and tonight we're taking a different avenue in the line of discussion that we usually have. Without any further ado, let me sincerely apologize for the elapsed time that we missed. Shows to have begun from 7:15. Well, some 20 minutes lost here. However, we would still go into business. And remember, this month of August is slated for the country, Rwanda, which is why we're having the Rwandan month here at Adoatv. And in line with that, remember when I had the conversation with the High Commissioner, she indicated that there was going to be an event that is that the caravan, the youth caravan, in which some youth personnel or youth from Rwanda are going to come into the country. Actually, they came in around Sunday, and as of what began yesterday, we've had several interactions. They visited some business centers in the country. Now, this is supposed to be a week-long business tour where we would share ideas, and averagely these are young chaps, and most of them are entrepreneurs. And so if you would join me this evening, let's welcome my guests who are all entrepreneurs from Rwanda into the studio. We're going to have discussions on that Youth Connect Caravan experience discussion tonight. So we have Mr. Raoul Rugamba, who is a CEO and an entrepreneur as well. We have Ms. Toyeshime Clementine and Mr. Emmanuel Morenzi here in the studios with us. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to PM Ghana on Adoatv.
Thank you.
Let's have the lady respond first. I don't know if in your jurisdiction you give the ladies the first-hand experience. We say ladies first all the time. Yeah. So Ms. Toyeshime Clementine, you're welcome to the studios.
Thank you very much.
Very well. And to your left is Mr. Raoul Rugamba. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, Mr. Eddie. Thank you for having us.
Very well. It's very much of a pleasure to have you. Now, Mr. Emmanuel Morenzi, good evening, and thank you for joining us here on PM Ghana.
Thank you so much. Good evening to you.
Very well. So you are all entrepreneurs, as I rightfully introduced you. Yeah. Briefly, will you give us an overview of what you do in Rwanda, and then we'll move on to the others. So I'll start with you, Mr. Raoul Rugamba, this time.
So I thought it was ladies first.
Yes, so I gave her the honors, but you know we are brothers. I can't miss the bro code, so I'm giving you that honor as well.
Thank you so much. So my name is Raoul Rugamba, as you said, and I'm a creative entrepreneur. I'm the founder of Hope Agency and African Colors. Right. So Hope Agency is an edutech company and a culture and creative industry agency. So we work with universities in terms of their journey into education, learning and teaching using technology. And our second business is in the culture and creative industry, where we bring education, showcase of talents and services of the players in the culture and creative industries, and also working with African governments in terms of creating environments that facilitate access to funding to those players in the culture and creative industries.
Interesting. Well, let me come to the lady in here now, Mr. Ishime. You're an entrepreneur as well. I have a little profile of what you do. I'm a travel and tour, but you are going to tell us what you do exactly.
Thank you very much. I'm called Clementine Toyeshime. I'm Rwandan. I'm in tourism sector. We're focusing on tourism in general, to operations, but we do so much in cultural tourism, and also we are trying to empower local communities. We try to mention them in cultures so that we can empower the locals that are based on culture. And also we are trying to create professional tour guides and receptionists for the hotels and other companies that are trying to invest in Rwanda. We are creating the professionals.
Certainly. Well,
Thank
so
you.
I get the gist now. So you are basically into travel and tour, the hospitality aspect.
Yes, I'm an ambassador for Visit Rwanda.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we'll talk about these things in details later on. Mr. Emmanuel Morenzi, you're welcome once again. Do tell us about your venture.
Yeah, I'm Emma, as you said. I'm a fashion designer.
Right.
So you can see
Well,
from,
you look
from the start. Yeah. So what I do, actually, we do design clothing, different clothes, men's clothes, women clothes, and even the children. Because
right.
we try to see how we can hype up the fashion industry.
Certainly.
Not only in Rwanda, but to go even all over, but mostly like an African hub. So what we do basically is we want to challenge people that Africa can do a lot. We have good materials, we have good fabrics of in different countries, because what I know, each country has its own uniqueness. So what I do is just to correct those different fabrics, and then try to come up with something new, something unique that whoever can see can just feel like this is what I want. So that's what we do, and we are now trying to see how we can export our products from Rwanda to other countries like Europe, US, and all that. Yeah.
Well, so what you're wearing is certainly, I can't say this is entirely Rwandan because it looks African.
Yes.
Would you give us a background into it? Is it a Rwandan design? Is it a Rwandan fabric?
It's made in Rwanda,
Okay.
but it looks like the way you're saying.
Yes.
It looks like an African style.
Certainly.
Yes, which is good because as I told you, my target or my vision is to show that Africa can do a lot. So that's why you find sometimes I even get fabrics I can get fabrics from Ghana, from different countries, but made in Rwanda.
Right.
And I'm the one who does even the designs to showcase something unique, new. Whoever can see can believe in it.
Well, certainly something unique. Now let's speak about the Youth Connect Caravan experience. I've seen some pictures in your galleries. Yesterday, you were at some, individual places. Today as well, we've seen some of the Rwandans tour some other places, the AFTA Secretariat, amongst other places. For you, what is the rationale of embarking on such business or entrepreneurial trips? This one as labeled Youth Connect Caravan Experience. For you, what is the rationale? Let me ask you.
I would say that is an opportunity for young entrepreneurs. It's something that it's a platform that whoever has focus in business can learn something.
Right.
And second to that, it's something that gives networking, connection.
Certainly.
If I get to know a designer who works from here, maybe I can go straight to the point, and I tell you some of the people that I met. We had a visit in different places. I met this lady. I think she was even she got the award, fashion award, I think. Yeah.
Well,
fashion.
those in the entertainment sector will be able to say.
She's called
right.
Selena Beb.
Okay.
And this lady, she really inspired me. The way we shared some background of our businesses, where we started from and all that. But she's that lady who can inspire you, who can show you that everything is possible. It's about you to believe in yourself.
Right.
And the time we had, what we shared, it gave me courage to see that I can even do better than that. And not only that, for me, I can say that it's a platform that makes you to get connected, that networking. Second, we had some sessions of different briefings, and the way they tell you business is done like that, like this. So even that changes your mind and shows that you have a way to go, which motivates you to work hard, to feel like you can do a lot. So to me, a good opportunity that everyone can use to get where he wants to go.
Very well. Let me inquire from Ms. Clementine. Well,
Yes.
you are the ambassador for Visit Rwanda.
Yes.
Now, in such an exercise, what role do you think such trans business connectivity mean for you? How are you going to utilize this opportunity as an ambassador for Visit Rwanda?
Thank you very much for this interesting question. Visit Rwanda is a platform that allows everyone who want to come and visit Rwanda. For this Youth Connect has opened us has given some connection with other countries. To come to learn about Rwanda. We are a country we came very far, but so far we are very okay. Where we have reached, it's unbelievable.
Right.
So we are want other countries to come to Rwanda to learn every aspect that we have achieved in this journey we have taken a long time ago. This platform has made us connect with different countries, especially let me say here in Ghana. I said ambassador of Visit Rwanda in Ghana, even other countries who want to come and visit Rwanda. We have learned so many things about Ghana, how they have, what they have, like the attractions you're having here, how you're trying to make tourism attraction to be more attractive for the international tourists. But during this pandemic crisis, we have realized that we have to look for solutions. Certainly. Not waiting for the international tourists to come to Africa. We have to see how we can use those attractions to make this tourism industry to keep on going and to make it work. So we have seen it is possible. We have all the possibilities because African continent, it have all the resources like needed to make it happen. So with this connection, all African, if we can connect each other, not to wait for the internationals to come to use those resources. If we connect together with all these platforms and these opportunities we are getting here and there, we can make it. That's why they say youth can do it. If we can all stand together, we can do it. We can make our continent go higher, and our flights can go higher if we can connect.
I am liking this very concept that you're introducing, making Africa the destination for those who are outside. I mean, you had the chance, you could have spoken strictly for Rwanda, but you make it an African thing.
Yes.
And I think that is something that we have to hold on to, because Africa in itself is divided into several sectors. We have the western, we have the southern hemisphere, we have this the eastern bits, and then Central Africa as well. I believe that each of these regions has something specific that it can offer. So perhaps if you want to see the savannah areas, you know that you need to go to the northern bit of Africa, and you would experience all of those there. We will speak some more tourism. Now let me come to you. What for you, I mean, you are into connecting people. You've seen some challenges, especially that Africa faces, all right, in terms of technology, for instance. Now the outside world, they are enjoying 5G, and I mean several parts in Africa are still struggling with connectivity. What would you say would be some of the benefits of such connectivity for Africa at large?
So I look at it in several ways, but the first one is it used to be like that, right? So Ghana today is connected. People have more phones than the actual population of Ghana, right? So that means if you guys have an important number of youth, they have access to those phones, right? So the next things that has to happen is to have internet so they can be interconnected, right? So we have more accessibility on the internet now, and in the coming days we'll have Google, we'll have Facebook doing all the interconnectivity. So that's that's a good thing. So the next thing will be accessing information, sharing information. So for us, it becomes more interesting because if people have the material, the devices, and they have the internet needed, that the next thing will be, how do we make sure someone in Senegal knows what is happening in Rwanda, someone in Morocco knows what is happening in South Africa, and they exchange those informations for that to be a product they can, or a service they can put out there and be an opportunity to create a job or revenue for those two people or and their countries as well. So I think that's an opportunity we are leveraging on today to use bootstrapping really with wherever we have, and as we go, take advantage of wherever is coming to the continent. So in Rwanda, we have 4G now. So it has shown its benefits. Rwanda is now connected at more than 75%. So which is a very good thing. We have seen that opportunity being an opportunity for the youth in terms of creating content. Every content that is created means value, means a job created. So those are the things that we can take from one country to a scale of a continent. So those are the few things I see as an opportunity in terms of connectivity and access to devices and information.
Right. So certainly I'm speaking to three different people from three different business fields. I mean, fashion, we have tourism, we have, should I say connectivity?
Culture and creative industry.
Culture and creative industry as well. Now, all of these fall under the creative industry and culture as well. But individually, if you can all tell me one thing that you expect from all of these things that we seek to be doing as, you know, youth in Africa, trying to connect with each other. Just last week, 2 weeks ago, we were in South Africa and tried to make connections with some of the television stations over there. So we were able to have that, you know, linkage with SABC. And in that, we're going to share knowledge amongst other things. Gradually, we are heading towards a point where Africa would become that centralized continent. But I believe that each and every one of us has a peculiar interest in these kind of connections. What would be yours? What is your expectation in these kind of connections that we're trying to do?
Thank you so much for that question. I just want to give you a simple example. Let's see what Europe is doing. When now, I'm just giving out an example of what we call togetherness, when people work together. Right now, people are moving countries to countries. We have that free trading and all that. What we are missing is to come as one. Right now, if we go back and see where Youth Connected started, that was 2012.
Yes.
It has reached now 24 countries. This is the 4th edition. Here we are in Ghana. Tomorrow we're going to be maybe Ethiopia. Another day we're going to be where. So that shows you how important this thing is. If we are that connected, and we know what African Union is doing, right now, countries are coming together. Countries are sharing, they are doing free trade. They are, see what happened, like East African community. These are chances that as youth, we have to try our level best to use and see the potentiality that is in. If we are disconnected and we get those chances, because you know countries are signing MOUs every time.
Certainly.
So it's a chance for me to say that if I'm connected in Ghana, if I'm connected in South Africa, if I'm connected in this place, my business is going to grow. So second time, a second point I want to give out. This is a good way of showing that if we work together, we are developing the economy of Africa. It's not good for me to always think that I have to go, if I want a shirt, to to buy it from Europe, to buy it from America.
Certainly.
Why? Because at the end of the day, remember, it's like I'm stealing myself.
Yeah.
I'm taking money from my country to Europe, to America. Why can't I export? And that money comes in my country. That's a good way of developing the economy of the country. If we do, right now, if I do it alone, it doesn't work out. Because at the end of the day, whichever money I can earn, I can't do it alone. Imagine I'm in fashion, she's in tourism, he's doing this and this, another one is doing this and this. Get that African youth doing the same thing and see how the economy can develop. So that's why I told you that it's an opportunity for us to use and to think out of the box. We have to move from the comfort zone and see how can we use this opportunity and where is it going to take us. It's something that has to be done, but with a vision.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely. Right. Well, let me come to you, Miss Clementine. What do you expect? Let's say at the end of this very trip, this very Youth Connect session, what do you expect to have achieved now that you find yourself in Ghana?
Okay. Thank you. I can say this opportunity, as I mentioned before, this is a great opportunity that can make us youth to wake up and work so hard. We've been seeing other people, like other continents, have done so many things, not because that they're working so hard, like better than us. It's because that they've been exposed to do it. Right. So this is a platform that can expose us youth, young generation, to do something that other continents have done it. Because African continent, it is the richest continent in the world. If we can use all the chances we have, let me say about my country. My country, Rwanda is a small country on the map of Africa. Certainly. Yes, but it have reached very far because of we are trained to work hard. We are trained to use all the resources which is possible to make our flag go high. Right. We don't have those natural resources like other countries, but whatever we have, we are using it smartly. We have if I'm back a little bit in my sector, we have gorillas that can bring so many, like if you see the numbers that we're receiving, the tourists we're receiving every year, it is amazing. If we can use this connection, it will be double and double. If we can connect with other countries on the African continent, and we see which attraction that we have that we can make our country to stand. It will make every sector. We are representing other youth in Rwanda. When it's not only the sectors that are doing business in Rwanda, there are many, but we are representing them now. It shows that if we continue this way and Youth Connect can combine all the countries that are in the African continent, we shall have the power to make it. We shall have the chance to do it. So me, as a youth and a woman who is in business, I can encourage all other girls and women out there to leave that comfort zone, to stand, to think big, to do big, and to connect with others. For me only, I can't make it. Right. But with all the possibilities, all the connection and the collaboration with countries to countries, we can make it. We can organize how we can get to enter in the market. As we are creating one market for Africans. Certainly. If we can use that chance, not just to say it, but to make it in action, we can make it.
Definitely. Words into action, and then action into some profitable returns.
Exactly.
We can all be enjoying.
I feel like the way to get it short. There's this saying that says that if you want to go far, if you want to go far, you don't go alone. Exactly. If you want to go fast, you go alone. Yes. But if you want to go far, you go with others.
Exactly.
Which is true. So that togetherness, that collaboration, when people are working hand, lending hand to another, it's a good way to go far.
Well, I am certainly very happy about this youth connect caravan, and certainly because it's focused on the youth, and I like how you came in that if you want to go fast, you can go alone.
Sure.
But if you go alone and you get there, you look behind you, you're like, oh, then you realize that it's lonely at the top.
Yeah.
But if you go together progressively, even when you're feeling bored, you can count on somebody else. Or if you need help, you can count on somebody else. Raul, now, you're into creative arts and culture. I am, for one, disappointed that across Africa, I mean, when you mention Africa, one of those rich things that comes into mind is our culture, our diverse culture. And regardless how many cultures exist in a particular country, there is total respect for each culture. And we can speak exactly for where Rwanda has come from in terms of ethnic groups, and now you guys finding yourselves as one. How are we promoting these values as Africa? And I must say I'm disappointed because we don't have a national day to celebrate culture in Africa. What would be the way forward in ensuring that our culture and our creative arts, especially when I look at that thing on your neck, I say it's one creative piece. I don't know what it's made of. Maybe seeds, maybe stones. How do we sell the African culture, the African creative arts?
Yeah. Well, first to start, I never wear this before I came to Ghana.
Tags. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I never wear this, but since I came to Ghana, I was like, I need to get in touch and connected to the culture. So this is one way to get connected to Ghana. Great. For me. So coming to your question, well, just know that 2021 was labeled to be a culture and creative industry year
for Africa or for
UN.
Okay.
And then Africa also was came up on the agenda to be the year for the creative culture and creative industry year as well. So that said, it's also something new. It has never been that prioritized before, right? So it's also one of the good things about COVID, because it showed that it's one of the industries that managed to really be resilient, and countries started to see the opportunities that resides in those culture and creative industries. So that's already a good thing about the first step made by African countries. So the second thing is we know how cultures are varied, are important in terms of connecting the rest of the countries, either innovation, either creativity, either tourism, either any other sectors you can think about, right? So countries know that, but they haven't understood what they can do, how they can do it. And that's a bit of our role as entrepreneurs and private sector to tell them, you know what, the culture and creative industries can be one way to create another job. It can be one way to bring in one extra dollar into the economy. So countries haven't understood that before, but with the COVID, it showed a really important increase. So moving forward, I think it's gonna change, and it's gonna change positively. So the third thing is the agenda of the African Union.
Right.
So they have included that in the agenda. It's a priority now. So that will bring more changes on the table in terms of promoting the culture and creative industries, because everything starts with the policies. If the countries manage to change the policies, work on the policies, it will incentivize people in the culture and creative industries to do more. If they do more, those Africans will know more about their cultures. It will respond to the big issue of immigration, of people going, because they lack hope in Africa,
in their systems,
right?
Yeah.
And their systems. So that's another way. The last thing is the the inclusion of the culture through tourism in the agenda of the AFCFTA.
Yes.
So that would play a lot of it will play a lot in terms of promoting the culture as well, right? Because it will have more support, either financially, either on the political side, and that will bring more people to share about their stories, to share about their cultures, to create things on the value chain as well. So we have hope things will change, and that's a bit of our role as the private sector, as entrepreneurs, to push our governments to make it happen.
Well, I want to ask this question. It's a bit out of, the topic for discussion, but since you're all entrepreneurs, I want to find out what pushed you into wanting to go into entrepreneurship. Why not decide that, okay, I've attended the university, have my degree, some even to the master's level, I don't know about you. I want to gain some employment in the government sector. Why not decide to go there? They decide to be entrepreneurs, problem solving young chaps. Briefly.
Yes, thank you for the good question. I just wanted to. It's not maybe the first time to hear that, because many people tell me, used to ask me that why. I remember the first time when I was when I decided to resign. One of my workmates asked me that, do you think you're going to survive outside here? Why? Please, don't do it. Just take time and all that. But this is what people have to understand. When you become an entrepreneur, you'll need people to give jobs.
Right.
That's one. If you do that, first of all, if you're an entrepreneur, you have to work hard. Whatever happens, you have to do that. Because at the end of the day, you're the one to pay all the bills that is needed from you on your side. So let's create jobs. If we create jobs, we are developing the economy of the country. I remember one time I was doing, okay, even now I do it, but on my side, I do the same work that you do. I'm a journalist.
Right.
Outside of the fashion.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So before, I remember that time I was working on a radio station, and I used to talk to my boss and was like, from 7 to 6, I'm doing his job. And the time I get is just to go home and sleep. Or even after that, you find that I'm also preparing for tomorrow. I said, now, how can I use my time to succeed? So I said, what if I think of how I can do this in a private way, and I have all this time to do other things? So sometimes it's all about thinking, what do you want? If you know what you want in life, whatever happens, you achieve your goals. So from that time, I took it as a kind of like a strange decision to make. But later I got to know that entrepreneurship has to go with passion.
Right.
I decided to do that because I was thinking about, why can't I be the pioneer of this thing?
Right.
And like what you asked before, I could put on some clothes and I take pictures. I find these guys, I'm making money for the fashion designers, not myself.
Exactly.
Yet I've been in that field, because before I was organizing different shows and all that. I said, now, what if I do it by myself? Because if someone comes and tell you that, hey, thank you so much, you know what? I got this deal of 3 million because of your pictures that I've been posting. And yet, I also had this name in media that I have to use as an opportunity to give me money. So I balanced all the things and I was like, no, you know what? Let me try this thing.
So you saw an opportunity
in
all that was surrounding you.
And I said I have to use it.
In our, one of our jargons, we say you're a sharp guy. Because that's a smart move to look at what's around you.
Yeah. And even people are asking me, why? You see, you have potential in this and this. Exactly. Why can't you do that? Exactly. So I said, let me do this. The time I tried, right now I'm exporting in US, Finland, Europe.
You are exporting?
Yeah, my products.
That's the point. I'm happy about that. Let me briefly speak to, we had press with time. Let me briefly speak to Clementine. So you help visitors in, a booking of locations amongst other things. I think that's a very smart way to take advantage of the tourism exploits that you have in Rwanda. In my conversation with the High Commissioner Rwanda to Ghana, Dr. Isa Kerabu, Kachira, she indicated, she spoke to me about the gorillas and even the naming ceremony that you have for these gorillas. A lot of people would want to come to Rwanda to see some of these things. And I didn't know, this has been a tradition in Rwanda. But at what point did you decide that let me get up and, help people when they come into our country, or even before they come into my country, on where to visit, where to stay, amongst other things? At what point?
Okay. Thank you. Like, the best decision I've ever made in my life is to become an entrepreneur. That was among of the best decisions I've ever made.
Before you can, let me ask, is it generating enough for you?
Sorry?
Is it generating enough kwacha for you?
Yes.
I see.
I'm very passionate about what I do because I studied tourism because I wanted to make a change.
Right.
I was seeing things that was not going the way that's supposed to be. So I had to stand out. I had to live. I was very comfortable, but was like, no, this is not correct. This is not. I have to make a contribution for this sector to grow. I have to put my skills, my potential, everything I can to make the sector to go high. So far, I'm very happy, but the journey is still long. Yes. We still have a long way to go. Tourism in Rwanda, it is going well. I can tell everyone who can see us today or who is anywhere to come and visit Rwanda. We're not only have gorillas. Rwanda is a country of 1,000 hills. Yes. We have volcanoes. Exactly. We have big five. Oh, you have our culture is yes. Our culture is Rwandan culture is among of the culture that everyone wish to experience. We offer like memorable experience. I wish you can visit.
I definitely will visit.
But not only that, sorry for cutting you short.
Let's
yes. So, like being an entrepreneur, it's passion. It's passion, and I can wish every youth, every young woman, every girls who can see this conversation we're having today. What you're thinking, entrepreneurship is not born. You can make yourself to be that. You can stand for what you like, for the change you want to make for the community, for your country, for the Africa. You can start today for whatever you think. You can get skills and you make it. Oh wow.
Well, if you are listening to my guest in the studio tonight, you realize that it's all about passion for something. Yes. You have passion for fashion, passion for tourism, and a passion for the creative arts and culture in Africa entirely. Unfortunately, we are hard pressed with time, and so this is why we're going to say goodbye to our guests. Before we wrap up, let me quickly indicate that the AFCFTA, for me, I feel like it's long, so I say after. AFCFTA is certainly going to pave the avenue for the entirety of Africa. And as young entrepreneurs, I am believing that you'll take absolute advantage of it. And since we have the secretariat here in Ghana, so you visit Ghana as much as possible. But I like your idea of entrepreneurship. I like yours too, and I like yours too. So we're going to have a conversation after this show so that I can gain more ideas and see how best I can also turn myself into
entrepreneurship journey.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You still have
all right
to do.
Okay, so I understand that we've been given some additional time. So let's utilize these additional times, about 10 minutes to go. Now let me find out from you. I'm happy about the time anyways. I'm enjoying the conversation and I'm learning as well. In your trip, how long have you been here in Ghana already?
We came on Sunday.
You came on Sunday, so I was right when I indicated that.
4 days.
So it's been about 4 days. Tomorrow will be the 5th day.
Yeah.
What have been some of your observations lessons learned already? Let me come to you, Raul.
So I have been prior to me coming to Ghana with my team. I was working with Ghana for the past 1 year. So I have been learning already before me coming.
Were you doing that virtually?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my partners are here in Ghana, so we have been connecting via platforms, etc., working together. So, like any other African country, you have stories you get from the medias. Most of the time, international, Western medias. So you get that view of the country, right? How they want you to see it, right? I was getting those stories. Ghana is not developed. Ghana, Ghana is missing X, Y, Z. Ghana. You know, all those kind of stuff, right? So me coming here, first I discovered that it's those medias again, right?
Right.
So I had another vision of Ghana, right? It's developed, it's advanced, it's X, Y, Z, right? So that was the first experience and the first good thing to be on the ground. So as they say, boot on the ground. So I came here, so I haven't conquered yet, but it's getting there.
It will be a long way.
It will be a long way, but we're getting there. So that was the first thing. The second thing was I managed to connect with my fellow partners and managed to build, etc. So the Youth Connect also played a huge role because they brought those entrepreneurs I had to struggle to find left and right in a bigger city like this, you know. So they brought all of them together, and I'm happy I connected with some brilliant minds. Well, I discovered that Ghanaians are really educated, they're informed, and my partners here. There is an American who passed here and came to Rwanda, who is an artist, and we are creating a consumption where Ghana and Rwanda is part of as well. When he came to Rwanda, he was like, Ghanaians are really into culture.
Yeah.
Really. So I saw that and I get connected to that. And it's really important for what we are doing as a business, as the bridges we are building between Rwanda and Ghana. And it's good to know that Ghanaians are really into the Pan-Africanism we are fighting for, the culture we are really trying to promote. Ghanaians are already doing that. So I was happy to know that, to learn that, and plus also all the technologies and innovations that are happening around here. I was happy to learn that and maybe helping them to share that in Rwanda and vice versa as well.
Well, certainly some transfer of knowledge in there. Oh, I mean, one underlying benefits that we can all enjoy is the transfer of knowledge. Sure. I have learned from you. And he's a journalist. I'm sure he has learned a thing or two from me, even as we have the conversation already. And I'm wishing that I could leave some of my duties here and join you in the Youth Connect caravan whilst we go around learning new stuff. What has been your observation, Emmanuel? I mean, ever since you came around?
Yeah.
Business-wise, obviously.
Of course. As I told you before, I met some of the big names here in Ghana, and I got some experience. You know, if someone tells you that I've been in business for almost 40 years, I met a lady, the owner of Sleek Garments.
Yes.
That lady, she has the knowledge that you need to, as an entrepreneur, to be someone. These are the people that sometimes inspires you to go far. I saw you. I visited an art gallery here in Ghana.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. The place had three floors, and when I entered, I saw something. I was like, you know, sometimes when you see that, you start to ask yourself, do we have this in Rwanda? Why? How can we have? You see, when you think about that, you like the way she said that she's the ambassador. We have to be ambassadors. There's a lot we can learn in common to see what you have, what do I have, how can we make our country better. Right now we have this advantage that we have good leadership. I think, okay, I can't stand on behalf of others, but what I know, Rwandese are happy of the leadership they have right now. If these two presidents are connected to this extent, why not us to think about that? Why can't we do big? If I get to have your number and we talk, let's think out of friendship, what can we come up with? What can we do? So all this made me to feel like, yeah, this is what is happening. I wish I can even have this touring every time.
Right.
We had a B2B where we could sit, talk about our business. What do you do? What do I do? We shared ideas. All this made me feel like I have a long way to go. You know, sometimes when the reason why people sit in the comfort zone, if you don't learn, you don't know, because you didn't learn, so you don't know. That's the reality. But if you get to know that I don't know this, you see how you get to know it. And this is the reason why people sit in the comfort zone, because they think that I have my business, I get this money, I'm okay, I have a car, I'm driving, but you can't think about having branches in those countries. Why can't I have a fashion show, my fashion shop in US, in America, in Ghana, in Tanzania, in South Africa? If you think about that, right now, I just be proud of putting on Adidas on Nike. Why? I want to see people putting on literist design. And that, if I don't know how to use this opportunity that I'm given by Youth Connect, then there's no way to go.
Right.
So every time we learn, if we learn, we do it. That's why I like the slogan of youth can do it.
Right.
Yes, we can. We are young. If we don't do it now, trust me, there's no new generation that is going to develop the economy of the country. It has to come from us. If I can do that thing, I'm inspiring someone that is going to my kids or whoever is near me. And if 2 or 3 are inspired, get to know that they're going to inspire others. That's how you grow the country. That's how the country becomes, the economy comes to be that good. So it has to come from us.
Right. Well, Clementine, you certainly cannot tour all the attractions in Ghana before you leave, but at least you've seen a bit. You've been to some art galleries, amongst other places. What has been your observation about especially how we can take advantage of the tourism potentials in Africa and, make Africa, like I said from the beginning, a one-stop destination for those in other continents?
Yeah, I have seen here in Ghana, you have potential areas that can attract tourists, so we are coming to visit. But even within the Ghanaian, you can also explore that potential attractions. You don't need to wait for the others. That's what I have learned. I really want also to apply in my country when I reach in Rwanda, to preserve all the arts, to keep in one place. You don't have to leave them behind. You keep at one place, and you're keeping the image of Ghana to remain the same. So if I'm back on the culture, if African can stuck on their culture, we can stand well, because we all want to create one African. So what will help us to make it happen? It's because every country has their own potential. Let's breed our potential as well, but also wherever we go, we become the ambassadors of our country. We represent our country very well, so even other country can learn from what we have achieved. So I have learned a lot about what we have achieved. I also want to do it when I reach in my country. So I can say, like, let's back in the days, for our parents, they didn't have this chance we're having today. They was not very well empowered to make change. if every youth can now start to think, if I'm in this sector, which problem that the sector is struggling to, I can solve as myself. We can grow. Our economy will go high. We can even be better than others, because all the resources that the planet is needed, it is in Africa. So if we can use it very well, with this connection, with these opportunities we are having, not just take it for granted.
Yes.
We use this chance. We can create better Africa, better generation. You have learned something. I can't go without saying it.
Okay.
Grow in Ghana, grow with Ghana. We can now see grow in Africa, grow with Africa.
Certainly.
If we can make that next youth connection, we can be stronger. We can make it.
Certainly. Yeah. Such great slogan to learn.
I
grow
like it.
In Africa, grow with
Africa. And our culture, our pride, our future.
Certainly. I mean, when Africans are having conversations, we can't go away without talking about culture. We can't go away without talking about pride and every other thing that we have. We've come to the end of the conversation. Raul, if you have a message to the youth of Africa in these growing trends connecting together in a minute, what would it be?
Well, to tell them the truth, they don't have to aspire to be entrepreneurs, really. It's a tough thing.
Wow.
But you can be an entrepreneur in a private company, in a public institution, in everywhere. Entrepreneurship is about bringing solutions, finding solutions, and you don't have to create your own business for that. And you are not born really. You don't become an entrepreneur. You are born an entrepreneur. You can work with a company which pays you thousands of millions, but within you, inside you, something will push you to create a solution, to find a solution out there on problems. So they just have to understand what is in their minds, to see where their passion resides, and they go for it. If they feel like they can excel working for someone, for an institution, they go for that. Right. They just have to be the best in wherever they go for.
That's the basis of it. Just be the best in wherever you find yourself. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you are an employee, I mean, wherever you find yourself, as far as you're not doing anything illegal, be the best of what you can be in every situation. My name is Reginald Adi, and this has been PM Ghana. This is where we drop the curtains on the show tonight. I was joined in the studio by 3 fine Rwandans who are embarking on the Youth Connect Caravan experience. And I had Mr. Raoul Rugamba, I had Miss Tuyishime Clementine, and I had Mr. Emmanuel Morenzi in the studios. I don't know, maybe if time permits, some other time, we'll bring them to continue with this conversation further more. Until then, do enjoy the rest of our programs, and many thanks to you for staying and watching. Have a lovely evening.
Okubano mwebye